no one forgets the date on which they were diagnosed, and of course you couldn't possibly ever forget. So
No.
could you just tell us your story and take your time?
So they called me April Fool's Day and told me I was diagnosed with breast cancer. I really didn't believe them because they had called many a times and said, you know, come in, you know, my mother had it, my grandmother, and so on.
I worked a ton of hours, 80, 90 plus hours a week. And just ordinarily taking a shower one day and just washing myself, I noticed a lump on my neck.
So one day I was in the shower, I did a self-breast exam, and I felt something that felt like a mosquito bite.
So last November, I felt my own lump in my breast, and I was diagnosed with stage 1 breast cancer.
They did a biopsy of the lymph node, and the biopsy came back positive. I was in shock. You know, you think you do everything right. You don't smoke, you don't drink, you work out, you eat properly.
We went and we got my x-rays, and we found out I did, in fact, have lung cancer. So from that moment on, I was just so anxious and nervous, and I felt really isolated and alone.
According to the National Cancer Institute, shockingly, 38% of us are going to be diagnosed with cancer at some point in our lifetimes.
It was September 5th at lunch when the call came and they told me.
They sent me to Mass General after some tests, and a specialist in Mass General said that I had illness. Well, she said in a word that I had cancer. And that was shocking to us because I was just pregnant.
In Essex County alone, over 5,500 people are diagnosed with cancer each and every year.
I was diagnosed with breast cancer after a routine mammogram at the age of 44.
My father died of prostate cancer, and then 4 years later, I was diagnosed.
Being a cancer survivor for just about 20 years, it's been quite a long series of different battles. And what you learn pretty quickly after you've been diagnosed is that the fight's a lot more than just the acute medical side of things.
Over a year ago, our staff recognized that there were thousands of people in our community, individuals and their families who have been affected by cancer, who needed support.
It really requires a linkage between your treatment and your community.
We recognize that our Y has the opportunity to play a vital role, to do the parts of support for cancer survivors that hospitals are not equipped to do.
And when I was going through the radiation, my nurse practitioner told me about the Cornerstone program.
I was sitting there with 4 other women who were cancer survivors and a fellow, and this woman was just bubbling, and it's like, what's going on with her? And she was saying that she had just entered this program called Cornerstone at the Y. Had we heard of it? If we hadn't, you know, we should get all over it. You can't believe it, that sort of stuff.
We were also from various parts of life. Some were young, some were old, some were working, some were parents, some, you know, everybody was different. What we had in common was cancer.
The sense of community that you get, just seeing other people, one of the biggest things I think for any cancer survivor is you just want to be normal.
And forcing myself back out and joining these exercise classes, oh my gosh, when I realized how good I felt, I had to go back again. And I couldn't wait to tell someone else that that's what they needed to do.
I participate in the Cornerstone circuit training groups, and my trainer in there, it's kind of like a one-on-one trainer, and there's only about 6 people in our class, and she likes to celebrate small victories, so even being able to reach my arms above my head for the first time in months, that was a small victory.
The longer I'm in primary care and population health, I realize that the future of health is really in the community. And programs like Cornerstone really help our patients where they're at. I find as much as we can do things for patients in places that are very comfortable to them, patients are going to be more successful and more accepting of those services.
I went to the Y every day after radiation, 5 days a week for 25 sessions. And having a place to go to exercise, to combat fatigue, to combat emotions was a godsend. It was the perfect place that I needed to go to release all of that anxiety and anger and frustration.
We know that patients who stay physically active through their treatment, the treatment is actually more effective. The chemotherapy is more effective with the exercise. Not to mention the sense of well-being that patients have, the emotional benefits of exercise, going through the stress of chemotherapy, radiation, just a cancer diagnosis in general.
It probably wasn't until week 8 of my chemo treatments that the doctors kept saying to me, we can't believe your symptoms are minimum. Like, you're walking through this, like, you're not napping, you have tons of energy. It's not what we would normally see. And they would say to me, it's because you were active. And then I started realizing, okay, it did matter.
As bad as I felt going to the exercise program, when I got done, I felt a lot better because I felt after the weeks that I received chemo, if I sat around and did nothing, I felt a lot worse.
We only had my husband's income, and Cornerstone has been great because they let us come for free.
They completely removed a barrier and enabled me to do what I was trying to do in a much more robust and supportive way than I could have.
The thought of how in the world am I going to pay for a membership, even though I have to work out, and having Cornerstone lifted that huge financial burden that I knew I had to place, that I can go work out, my husband can work out with me, and I didn't have the stress of paying that monthly membership because I'm paying my medical bills.
I had to email a few times to see if it was really free, because when it says free, sometimes it isn't really free, but it was free. So once I got in contact with the right people and it was really free, I was ecstatic.
So I was very honored to be invited up to talk to your group. It was a fantastic turnout, a packed room, standing room only, of people who want to be well and who want to talk about what it means to be well in terms of a cancer diagnosis.
People wanted to come to the talks that were offering them ways to get well. They spend a lot of time at the clinic throughout their diagnosis and their treatment, and the Y offers them respite from that.
The questions were outstanding from the audience, and I really think they underscored the need for these kinds of programs, both at hospitals but also in the community, where there's the ability to make change on a daily basis.
People really want to be able to give back. They want to be if they were helped by the Cornerstone program, the first thing you hear from people is, how can I help support this and how can I give back?
They wanted to be able to be a bigger part of what we were doing. And so from that, we have built what we're calling Cornerstone Ambassadors.
So to kind of lead the new people coming in that might be a little nervous and not sure what they could get out of it.
So I try and help other people that are kind of stuck with, not sure whether they want to go to the gym or not. And, I just kind of throw it out there, just getting to the gym is like the biggest thing. Even if you just want to come and talk for 10 minutes, I know I can get them up to the treadmill.
One of the instructors approached me and said, you'd make a great mentor in this program. And I immediately said, I would love to be a mentor. I'm very, very excited about it.
I tell everybody I know about this program, people, strangers, friends, family, everybody I know, I tell them about this program. I hope it goes nationwide, worldwide.
I wish that many years ago, Cornerstone was there for me. I wish that I had the community and the resources that Cornerstone offers to patients right now.
What most inspires me about this program is that it's a community-based program. It has the right ideas. It's bringing exercise, nutrition, and wellness to people. It's offering it generously, and it's doing it in a context where people can find the support from their community, from people that they can then see on a regular basis to get well. And I think that's the right paradigm for how to approach long-term wellness. And I feel privileged to be able to sit here today and endorse this program.
The program needs to grow. The support for it needs to grow, because the sad fact is that cancer is not going anywhere, and therefore programs such as the Cornerstone, in order to take cancer by the horns and wrestle to the ground to help those fighting and their families, it needs the support, because this program's only going to get bigger.
If you really want to help people right here in your community and the people that you see every day, there's no more impactful way of doing it than by donating to Cornerstone.
Thank you for supporting Cornerstone. Knowing that I'm not fighting this battle alone means the world to me.
I was like that poor little soul, and now I've kind of sprung out, and I want to help people now. That's my, that's what I want to do.